What's good, Ravens fans? We are back with another video, another trivia video for Ravens fans. Here with Andrew. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Excited to get into it.
Let's get it. So today we are going to play a game that I call stat padding. Okay, what's going to happen is I'm going to show you a trend of a player's stats. I'm going to need you to guess the player and guess the year that it happened. Now, these years are either significant because something happened, right? An award or whatever, or it's significant because it stands out in Ravens fans' minds as probably the best year of that player, right? Again, we're not just going to pick a player the year that was just an average year, right? That'd be too impossible, right? I'm not going to give you just the worst year of Ray Lewis's career. That's not going to happen, right? So if you're ready, let's get into it.
Sounds tough, but I'm up for the challenge. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Here's the first one. And now this one has built-in hints. So I can click it once and it'll go to the hints page, which will give you, let me just make sure I'm saying it right, which give you the team that each number is associated with. So the opponents.
Okay, so this is one season, and it's
one season.
Every game, okay. Ooh. All right, so passing yards per game, obviously that makes you think.
In the player.
Yeah, got to be a quarterback. A few standout games here. Naming the player and the year. So these are decent stats. These are not mind-blowing stats. Makes me think Joe Flacco.
So you want to lock that in?
What do you say?
Do you want to lock that in?
You want to lock that in? Oh.
No, again.
Actually, give me the opponents. I'm not going to
reveal the answer.
Okay. Now, this changes things a little bit. So, the Lions, 357 passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times have we torched the Lions? We torched the Lions a few times over the years.
Yep.
Jaguars, Rams. We got the NFC West and NFC North.
Now, this may help here. There are several blowouts. So the performances from this quarterback led to several blowouts in this year. And so you can correlate the yards for the most part to blowouts. There's some that you can't, but for the most part.
Gotcha. Let's see. Now, this makes me think blowouts last year blew out the Rams. Blew out the Lions. Had a big offensive battle against the Rams that ended with that legendary Tylan Wallace return.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say this might be Lamar last year.
There you go. Lamar Jackson last year. Yes, sir. All right. So we got the feel. Like I said, this one's tough.
Yeah, this one's hard. I like it, though.
Yeah, this one's tough. All right. We will go to the next one here.
Receiving yards per game.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to ask you for the opponents on this one.
Okay. All right. It comes with a hint, too. So
only first-team All-Pro selection. Big games. Colts. Big game. Bengals. Rams.
And I will say this was not last year. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It was not last year.
Now, there's one year I remember we had some shootouts with Green Bay, shootouts with the Rams, but we had more than anything that legendary Monday night comeback against Indianapolis. That's what's standing out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be 2021. First team All-Pro. Now, I don't think Hollywood got a first-team All-Pro selection, so I'm going to go with Mark Andrews.
Wow, that's crazy. There you go, man. That is awesome. So I was nervous because I thought this game was going to be too hard. I really did. That is awesome. Okay, I'm happy about that. So then that was good the way you pieced it together. That Colts game, by the way, my favorite Lamar Jackson game of all time.
I mean, that's not a bad pick. We've been blessed with a few, but
yes,
that one does stand out. That one stands out.
Awesome. That is awesome. All right, here we go.
Ooh, returning yards per game. Now, there's a couple people that could be. We have some good returners. Devin Duvernay had a Pro Bowl year, but averaging over 100 return yards per game, like several times, is a lot. It's making me think it was one of those Jermaine Lewis years from the early years. I'm going to ask for the opponent, so before I lock it in. Yep. Only first-team All-Pro selection. Now, okay. Returns against the Steelers, returns against Green Bay, the Vikings, Bears. I'm having me shift my thinking a little bit. I think this might be Jacoby Jones.
So it is not. Now, we'll give you a hint.
Oh.
I'll give you a hint. Because that's a good one. Because Jacoby Jones only does have one first team as well. But this is a player. How do I say this here? This is a player that is, I would say, more recent than Jacoby. Let's say
more recent than Jacoby?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, more recent than Jacoby. And if that's the case, I'm going to have to say Devin Duvernay.
There you go. Devin Duvernay, 2021 season as well.
Damn, I didn't realize Dev had that good stats.
So I didn't either, right? And I knew he was great at returning, but there are several games where he's over 100 and even more where he's like 70 and returning in a league where they kick it out the back a lot, mm-hmm. Right? So it was super impressive here. So Devin Duvernay was that one. All right, go through this one.
Secret defensive stat. Oh, I like this.
Yes. Now, if I would have given you what this stat was, it'd have been too easy.
Yeah.
So, especially when you get the hint. So,
I got some ideas right off the bat, but I am not going to lock anything in until I get a little bit more information, I think. So I'm asking my hint.
Let's do it.
Consider my best season in the NFL. Jets, Giants. Now, I'm a New York Ravens fan, so I know pretty well the years the Ravens have played both the Jets and the Giants in the same year. That happened in 2016. That happened also in 2022. Now, thinking about this...
Do you have a feeling on what the defensive stat is?
Now, I was thinking maybe interception. Or it could also be... when I first thought... my first thought was touchdowns, but that's an insane amount of touchdowns in one season.
For sure. I'll tell you that you're on the right track for sure. Between your New York knowledge and your secret stat, you're on the right track for sure.
Now, thinking about it, if we played the rest of the NFC East with Dallas, Philadelphia, it's got to be 2016. I think the year is definitely 2016. Secret.
Now, I will say, consider the hint. The best season of this player.
When I'm thinking who got their best season in 2016, the first thing that comes to mind is Zach Orr. Zach Orr was everywhere in 2016.
I would say consider both times that you mentioned, not just 2016.
Okay, so 22. This is 22. Ooh.
It's right there. I already know.
Oh, yeah. No, I can feel it.
So I'll give you 2002. So what player had his best season in 2002? I'll make sure. Oh, I'm sorry. We might got the years wrong. So I'll go back. It's not, so they didn't play them both in 2002. They're a couple years off.
All right, so this is older.
It's between 2002 and 2016. I'll say that.
Okay. Interesting. So judging off of that.
But it's closer to 2002 for sure. And it is one of the Ravens' best players. Let's say that.
Okay. Now it's all coming together. Because I was thinking in recent memory, the years that we played both Jets and Giants, 2016 and 22. But if you play the NFC East every 4 years or AFC East every 3 years, that also lines up for 2004. We played them both in 2004. And I believe that the NFL AP Defensive Player of the Year in 2004 was safety Ed Reed.
There you go. Ed Reed, 2004. So, and sorry about the picture. I couldn't find a picture with him in the Ravens. So they just gave me this recent one. So
that Ed Reed Texans moment, I forget about that. It was 2013.
Yeah.
Felt like a fever dream.
I know. But yes, 2004. Like I said, I was afraid to give you the stat because I thought.
Yes, no, that would have given it right away. But no, that was That is tough. That is tough, but I got there. I like that.
That was all right.
Sacks.
Yep. Now this is more recent.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 sacks. Can I see the opponents?
Yes, you can. And you'll get the hand as well.
First season with the Ravens. And all right. Play the Seahawks.
When one more hint, I would say notice that this has fewer games than a full season.
Fewer games in a full season. Now, I do believe that we had a couple of guys sign pretty late last year to add to that pass rush rotation that ended up making a big impact. Now, it's either Clowney or Van Noy. 9 sacks. Oh,
you're right.
Awesome.
It's a judgment. This is a judgment decision. This is a judgment. Like you said, it's a toss-up. This is a 50-50. You narrowed it down. So,
now, if I recall correctly, I think it was Van Noy that didn't sign until a few weeks into the year. So I'm going to go with Kyle Van Noy.
There you go. Last year, Kyle Van Noy.
Off of the sidewalk and into the rotation on a playoff team. Like,
it was interesting.
What a pickup, and what a great clubhouse guy too.
Right. And again, there's so many benefits that you get from that. And the fact that he's still on the team, right? You know, you had to lose one of them. And, you know, we chose to keep Kyle, I think, because the locker room presence, right? So I think that was it. All right. So this is the last one here. All right. I think it's challenging, but I think it's possible for sure. So you ready?
I'm ready. Touchdown. 3 in a game. That's a good run right there. Could I get the hint? Led the team in carries this season. Okay, so 3 touchdowns in the Arizona game. I believe this was last year. Now, we had a rotation going, but I think, if I remember correctly, this is one of the weeks that I benched Gus Bus on my fantasy team and was mad about it against Arizona. So I think this is Gus Edwards.
There you go. It is Gus Edwards from last year. There you go. There you go.
I'm sorry, Gus.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a fan of Gus, and I honestly think I'm a bigger fan of him than the Ravens are, to be honest. But again, right? Because I was interested to find out that he led the team in carries, because it felt like toward the end of the season, they really only tried to use him in goal line situations, I thought. So
I don't think you're alone in that. I think Gus Bus is a true fan favorite. I definitely agree. And like, I wish him nothing but the best in LA with the Chargers, except for obviously when he's playing Baltimore. But
for sure,
that's a good running back.
Awesome. So how'd you feel about that one? How'd you feel about that one?
This one was a challenge, man, but I liked it. I liked it.
This one was hard. And so I tried to, I threw that one in for, like I said, when you start to open up the whole breadth of how far you go with the years, I got nervous. I was like, all right, I'm gonna throw this Ed Reed one in here to test the waters a little bit.
No, I like it. What it does too is it gives us a chance to really reflect on like what we had and guys that you didn't realize were as good as they were. Like Devin Duvernay, like had some good return years.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know how you did in the comments below. Thanks, and go Ravens.
Go Ravens.